It's time for the game that takes you back in time. Let's go back. And now, here's the host of Let's Go Back, Scott Sternberg.
Hi, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome to Let's Go Back. We have some terrific questions about the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and we have some players here who think they know a little bit about it. Kevin, Kerry, and Larry, how are you guys today?
Great.
Real good.
Terrific.
Good. Okay, Kevin, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm an advertising copywriter. I'm originally from Chicago, and I love Let's Go Back. It's the story of my life.
Tell us about the story of your life. We'll just take a few minutes here.
I was born in the in 1950, so I kind of cruised through all these decades, and
So 50s, 60s, 70s, they're all strong for you? You know about all of them?
I hope so.
Okay, well, good luck today.
Thank you.
Okay, Kerry, hi.
Hi, Scott. I'm Kerry Burke, originally from Virginia. I'm living here in California now. I'm an actor, and I do stand-up comedy because stand-up tragedy doesn't pay well enough.
No, you're right. It doesn't. It doesn't.
And I'm pretty good at trivia, too. I collect trivia.
Like what kinds of trivia do you
Well,
collect?
mostly records. Disco records are my hot number, so I'm waiting for the 70s.
Disco? Oh,
Yeah.
you're waiting for the 70s to come back? I think they're coming back.
Real soon.
Real soon.
I'm going
All
to
right.
sit on a gold mine.
Good luck. Good luck today,
Thanks.
too. Larry, tell us about yourself.
Yes, hi. Scott, I'm Larry Kerry. I'm a Public Affairs Director for a government agency in Los Angeles, and I'm a single parent of 3 children. I've lived through all these decades also, and I'm looking forward to finding out how much I know.
Well, we're going to find out how much you know, Larry, for sure. Good luck to you also, okay? You guys ready to play the game?
Ready to go.
All right, first of all, let's look at the categories for round number 1. They are network fashions, film at 11, TV bills, songs of the cinema, and Marilyn Monroe. We're going to give you 10 points for each correct answer. If you miss, however, we've got to take the 10 points away from you. Now, behind one of these decades, we have the hidden nostalgia time capsule. There's a great prize there. Charlie O'Donnell, tell them what it is.
Let's go back. It's another rare collectible. These championship ping-pong paddles feature caricatures of President Nixon and Chairman Mao commemorating Nixon's historic 1972 visit to China. Now you too can play games with foreign policy. Back to you, Scott.
Thanks, Charlie. Actually, those are terrific. They are original, and they are very valuable, so one of you will have a chance to win that. Before the show, we drew numbers, and Kevin, you won the toss. So pick a decade, a category, and let's go back.
I like the 60s, and I'd like to see network fashions.
In 1965, Mary Tyler Moore made capri pants the biggest trend in casual attire as this character. Larry.
That was Laura Petrie.
Yes, it was Laura Petrie. You remember the name of her son?
Robbie.
No, not Robbie.
Richie.
Richie Petrie. Okay, good. 10 points for you, Larry. You're in control. Pick again.
I'd like 50s film at 11, please.
When this premier traveled to the United States, he sulked when he couldn't go to Disneyland. Kevin.
Khrushchev.
Yes, it was Nikita Khrushchev. Pick again, Kevin.
I'd like to go back to the 60s, and we'll stay at film at 11.
Staying with film at 11. Keep the faith, baby, was one of this congressman's slogans. Larry.
Adam Clayton Powell.
Yes, it was. 10 more points for you, Larry. You're in control. Pick again.
50s TV bills, please.
On the Steve Allen Show, this shy man on the street character usually introduced himself by saying, "My name, Jose Jimenez." Larry.
Bill Dana.
Yes, it was Bill Dana. I didn't do it very well. Jose Jimenez. I'm not sure. Do you remember the other 3 regulars on the show?
Louis Nye, Tom Poston, and Don Knotts.
Very good. Wow. Good memory, Larry. And you're also well out into the lead. You have 30 points. Pick again.
I think I'll stay in the 50s with songs of the cinema.
Okay, staying there in the 50s. One of the top songs of 1957 was inspired by this Debbie Reynolds film about a country girl in love with a pilot. Larry?
Tammy's in Love is the song.
Judges? No, we can't take that. Kerry, Kevin. Tammy and the Bachelor. Tammy and the Bachelor, songs of the cinema. Tammy and the Bachelor. The song was Tammy, however.
Okay.
We're going to take a short break here. We're in the middle of round number 1. We got Larry with 20, Kevin with 10, Kerry not quite on the board. We'll be back with more of round number 1 right after this.
Once again, more of Let's Go Back with Scott Sternberg.
Okay, we're back and we're in the middle of round number 1. We got a tight game. Larry in the lead with 20 points. Those Nixon Mao ping pong paddles still lurking behind the time capsule here. Larry, you had the last correct answer. Choose a category.
Okay, I'm going to stay in the 50s. I'd like network fashions, please.
The 1957 premiere of American Bandstand helped promote the 50s look of rolled-down socks and this two-toned footwear. Kerry.
Saddle Oxfords.
10 points for Kerry. You're on the board. You also have control. Pick again.
Great. Let's go to the 70s and have some TV bills.
Let's have some TV bills. This actor portrayed Bob Hartley's lonely, divorced neighbor, Howard Borden. Kerry.
Bill Daly.
Yes, it was Bill Daly.
All right.
Pick again.
Let's have Songs of the Cinema in the 70s. Sorry.
When a tidal wave capsized a luxury cruise ship, this singer sailed on to a #1 hit with The Morning After. Larry.
Maureen McGovern.
Yes, Maureen McGovern. Remember the film?
Poseidon Adventure.
It was the Poseidon Adventure. Right. Good for you, Larry. Go again.
Okay, let's go to the 60s with TV bills, please.
This actor was a favorite as reporter Tim O'Hara. Kevin.
Bill Bixby.
Yes, it was Bill Bixby. Good. And My Favorite Martian.
Right.
And who played his uncle?
Ray Walston.
Right. Good. Go ahead, Kevin. Pick again.
Let's jump to the 80s and network fashions, please.
Nolan Miller's Dynasty designs brought back this fashion trend originally made popular by Joan Crawford. Larry.
The padded shoulders.
Yes, it was the shoulder pads. Good. Still in control? Pick.
Okay, I'd like to try 50s Marilyn Monroe. Let's see what's going on there.
All right. First time in the Marilyn Monroe category. The headline, Egghead Weds Hourglass, referred to Marilyn and this man. Larry.
Playwright Henry Miller.
No.
Oh.
Kevin.
Arthur Miller.
Yes, Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller. All right, Larry.
Yeah.
Control goes over to Kevin. And Kevin, with that correct answer, by the way, you've tied Larry for the lead. Pick again.
Let's go to the 70s and film at 11.
She was 19 when she was kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army. Larry.
Patty Hearst.
Patty Hearst it was. She was 25 when President Ford pardoned her, by the way. Just a little extra piece of information for you. Thank you. Go ahead, Larry.
Well, let's close out film at 11 for the 80s, please.
Okay. When explicit photos of her appeared in Penthouse, she resigned her title as Miss America. Larry.
Vanessa Williams.
Yes, it was Vanessa Williams. Go again.
Okay, oh, Marilyn wasn't very good to me for the 50s. Let's try 60s Marilyn Monroe.
60s and Marilyn Monroe. This was the last movie Marilyn acted in but never completed. Larry?
Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend?
No. Kerry?
The Misfits.
No. Kevin, you have a guess? Something's Got to Give.
Yeah.
Something's Got to Give. Okay, Larry, pick again.
60s Songs of the Cinema, please.
From the film starring Troy Donahue and Sandra Dee came this 1960 hit by Percy Faith and his orchestra. Kevin.
Summer Place.
Theme from A Summer Place is right, Kevin. Good for you. 10 more points, and you tie Larry for the lead. Pick again.
Okay, Scott, let's go to the 80s and TV bills.
In 1982, this TV regular turned movie star was the first guest ever on David Letterman. TV bills, it was Bill Murray. Bill Murray. You know, it's all three of them together. Okay. All right, Kevin, still got control here. Go.
70s, network fashions, please.
In the 70s, women discovered it was okay to wear sweatsuits, tennis shoes, and T-shirts with no bras, just like this TV trio. Kevin?
Charlie's Angels?
Yeah, Charlie's Angels was definitely the first to do it. Good for you. Pick again.
Okay.
Nixon and Mao still lurking somewhere. I don't know where, but they're there somewhere.
All right, let's go to the 80s with Songs of the Cinema, please.
And there they are. I knew we would get to them sooner or later. All right, so you've hit the time capsule here. What we're going to do is we're going to double the point value. It's going to be worth 20 points for you. You have a chance to get those ping pong paddles, which are very valuable. Kerry, Larry, you got to sit this one out. We will not take any points away if you get it wrong. All by yourself. Ready, Kevin? 80s, Songs of the Cinema. The title song from the 1986 Rob Reiner film Stand By Me was recorded by this artist.
Benny King.
Ben E. King is right, and that's worth 20 points to you. And those Nixon Mao ping pong paddles are yours. Go ahead.
70s, Marilyn Monroe.
Considered by many to be one of America's greatest contemporary writers, he wrote a book about her entitled simply Marilyn. Larry.
Gore Vidal.
No, not Gore Vidal. Kerry.
Norman Mailer.
Yes, Norman Mailer is what we're looking for. Last question here in round number 1. 80s, Marilyn Monroe. This songwriter described Marilyn's brief but tumultuous life as a candle in the wind. Kerry.
Elton John.
Yes, it was Elton John. Real good. That's the end of round number 1. Let's take a look at the scores. We have Kevin in the lead at 70. Kerry and Larry are tied at 30. We'll be back with round number 2 where everything will double, and we'll do that right after this.
Shoot, shoot, whoa, whoa, shoot, 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 let's go back.
And now, let's go back to more fun with Scott Sternberg.
Okay, we're back. We're ready to start round number 2. Kevin in the lead with 70 points. Let's see those categories now. And they are film stuff, hair today, gone tomorrow, animal antics, music trivia, all right, and tube stuff. Tube stuff. We're going to give you 20 points for each correct answer. However, we'll take the 20 away if you don't get it right. We also have another hidden prize behind the time capsule in the decade area. Charlie O, what is it?
Let's go back.
We've dug deep into the time capsule to 1963 and found Thumpy, Dr. Kildare's heartbeat stethoscope. Richard Chamberlain played the doctor for 6 seasons on television, and now you can too. This authentic collector's item needs no winding. Batteries not included. Back to you, Scott.
Okay. Also, another great prize. It's very valuable. Hopefully one of you guys will get it. Let's start off now with Kerry. You had the last correct answer. Decade category, we'll go back.
Okay, let's go back to the 60s and have some music trivia.
And there they are. I knew we would get to them sooner or later. All right, so you've hit the time capsule here, which means that Kevin and Larry, you're out of it right here. This is going to be worth 40 points to you, Kerry. If you get it right, you'll tie Kevin for the lead. All right?
Okay.
It's 60s music trivia. Ready to go? Mm-hmm. The Supremes took the nation by storm in the 60s with original members Diana Ross, Mary Wilson, and this woman.
Florence Bird. Can't remember her last name. Florence something.
It was Florence Ballard. Florence Ballard. Okay. Okay, he tried. It's okay. It was Florence Ballard replaced by Cindy Birdsong later on.
See? I knew there was a bird.
All right, still in control. Pick another category.
Okay, let's go back to the 60s and hoping that tube is TV. Let's go tube stuff.
Hoping the tube is TV. Okay. I think it probably is.
I hope so.
Okay. In the classic sitcom The Dick Van Dyke Show, Rob Petrie was a comedy writer for this show. Kerry.
The Alan Brady Show.
Yes, it was the Alan Brady Show. Good.
Go back to the 70s and tube stuff.
On the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Mary, Ted, Lou, and Murray worked for this Minneapolis television station. Kerry.
WJM.
WJM, correct. Good. Go
Okay,
again.
back in the 70s music trivia.
This group had a popular 70s hit about an amphibian named Jeremiah. Kerry.
Three Dog Night.
Three Dog Night. They sang Joy
To the World.
Right. All right, Kerry, now out in the lead. Go again.
Okay, let's go back to the 50s with some music trivia.
Staying with the music trivia, 20 years before his daughter Debbie had a #1 hit with You Light Up My Life, Pat Boone had his first #1 hit with this song. Kerry.
Love Letters in the Sand.
Yeah, Love Letters in the Sand. Kerry doing real well. Anything else you can tell us about Pat Boone?
Great shoes.
Yeah, he had good shoes,
White
didn't
shoes.
he?
Good shoes.
Had those
Good
Oxford
shoes.
Bucks.
Those saddle Oxford.
Yeah, saddle Oxford Bucks. Okay.
Let's go in the 60s. Let's do something near to my heart. Hair today, gone tomorrow.
Okay.
Or near to my head.
The geometric cut was invented by this British hairdresser. Okay, Larry.
Vidal Sassoon?
Yes, it was Vidal Sassoon. Did you have a geometric cut?
Sure.
Okay, go, Larry.
Let's try 50s tube stuff, please.
Okay. Hanging out at the Triple R Ranch were Tim Considine and David Stollery, better known as who? Kevin.
Spin and Marty.
Yes, they were. Spin and Marty. Good for you, Kevin. Pick again.
Let's stay with the 50s and we'll try Animal Antics.
This animal was the first to earn over $1 million, becoming the 1950s top dog. Kerry.
Lassie.
No.
Oh.
Larry.
Rin Tin Tin?
Rin Tin Tin. That's who it was, all right. 70 points now for Larry, tying for second place. Go ahead, pick again.
50s film stuff, please.
In the 1950 classic Sunset Boulevard, Gloria Swanson played this character. Kevin?
Norma Desmond.
Yes, it was Norma Desmond. Pick again.
we'll go 60s film stuff.
Telly Savalas. Shouldn't that be on Hair Today? First, I don't have a lot of chances to go for this stuff. Telly Savalas first shaved his head to play the role of Pontius Pilate in this 1965 biblical epic, Kerry.
The Ten Commandments.
No, it wasn't the Ten Commandments. The greatest story ever told. Greatest story ever told. Okay, Kevin's still in control. Pick another category.
Let's try 70s Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow.
Okay. This Hollywood movie mogul began his career in the 70s as hairdresser to Barbra Streisand. Kevin.
John Peters.
Yes, it was John Peters. 20 points for you, Kevin. Pick again.
Let's go 70s Animal Antics.
This beloved pop culture creature sang about his woes with these words, "It isn't easy being green." Kevin.
Kermit the Frog.
Yes, Kermit the Frog. Good. Building up a nice lead here. Kevin, you're in control. Go.
Let's go back to the 50s and close it out with Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow.
Okay. This hairstyle of the 50s also became the name of a popular singing group. Kerry?
The Crew Cuts.
Yes, it was the Crew Cuts.
The Crew Cut.
Did you have a crew cut in the 50s?
I did.
Did you?
Butch wax and everything.
Great.
Sure
Good.
Yeah.
All right, in control, go.
In the 60s, Animal Antics.
Animal Antics. Name this best-selling book about a bird written by Richard Bach. Larry.
Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
Yes, it was. Good. Tying you with Kerry for second place. Go again.
Okay, film stuff 70s, please.
Made for only $960,000, this film won the 1976 Oscar and has since spawned 4 sequels. Kerry.
Godfather.
For $960,000? No, Kerry, wrong. Larry.
Rocky.
Yes, Rocky. Rocky was done for under $1 million. Larry, go again.
Oh, okay, my favorite decade.
You guys have stayed away from the 80s.
From the 80s.
80s film stuff.
Okay. This actor stars as a has-been lawyer fighting for a good cause in the 80s film The Verdict. Larry.
Paul Newman.
Yes, it was Paul Newman. Continuing in the 80s. Which category?
Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow.
This singer dyed her hair many colors because she just wanted to have some fun. Larry.
Cyndi Lauper.
It was Cyndi Lauper. By the way, who was the guy in the video? The big guy.
Captain Lou, the wrestler.
Captain Lou Albano, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Larry, go. You've taken the lead with 150.
Okay, 80s tube stuff.
Of the 3 original Charlie's Angels, this actress was the only one still on the show when it was canceled. Larry.
Kate Jackson.
Wasn't Kate Jackson. Kevin.
Jacqueline Smith.
Yes, Jacqueline Smith. Go.
80s Animal Antics.
That long sound means that time is up. I'm going to sneak this question in anyway. This animal was the favorite food of television's Alf. Larry.
Cats.
Yes, he ate cats, and that's the end of round number 2. We have a tie here for first place. Kevin and Larry, 150. Kerry at 70. We'll be back with the all-important decades round, and we'll do that right after this.
Once again, more fun in your favorite decades on Let's Go Back.
All right, we are back, and it's time for the final decades round. We need all your answers in the form of decades, okay? That's how we're going to do it. Now, we have a tie for first place, 150 for Kevin, 150 for Larry. Each of you will need 4 correct answers for the win, okay? Kerry, since you have 70 points, you're in second place by yourself. You'll need 5 correct answers for the win, okay? First one to do it wins $500 in cash. Ready to go?
Ready.
Yeah.
Here's the first question. In which decade did we see the first artificial heart transplant? Kevin.
70s.
No. Larry.
60s.
Yes, 1968. In which decade was the world's first space shuttle launched? Kevin.
80s.
Yes, 1981. In which decade did Colonel Sanders introduce Kentucky Fried Chicken? Larry.
50s.
Yes, 1955. In which decade did Alfred Hitchcock scare us with The Birds? Kevin.
60s.
Yes, 1963. In which decade did Hair end its musical run on Broadway? Larry.
70s.
1972 is correct. Larry, you need just one more for the win. In which decade was TV Guide first published? Kevin.
50s.
Yes, 1953. And now, Kevin, you too. Only one away from the win. In which decade did Prince Andrew marry Sarah Ferguson? Larry.
80s.
1986. And Larry, you have won the game. Congratulations. Good job. Did very well. $500 in cash for you, Larry. Kerry, you played a good game. Kevin, played a good game also. Thanks very much for being with us. So join us next time, if you would please, on Let's Go Back, where only the decades remain the same. I'm Scott Sternberg. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Let's go back. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Let's go back. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Let's go back.
Some of our contestants will receive Pasta Mama. Brings convenience to gourmet cooking with its designer line of pasta, from fettuccine alfredo to dessert pastas and sauces. All cholesterol-free. Call 1-800-456-4045. And Concord's exciting neon lights 35mm camera has built-in electronic flash and is focus-free. Plus the neon point-and-shoot 110 pocket camera, sold nationally by Concord Camera.
Let's go back. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Let's go back. Whoa, whoa, let's go back. Bum be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo be doo be bum bum. Let's go back. Bum be doo be doo be doo be bum 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 be doo be doo.
Coming up